Jen, and Jen told me a little bit about her book. So I think I wrote this poem because of what the stories my grandmother used to told me, or my mom told me. That was, how life was for her as a woman, for my grandmother, because she came from a polygamous family, and my mother is her only child. So for me, just channeling what my grandmother went through and what my mothers and our mothers went through and what we go through is what made me write this poem. So I have performed it in many places. I call it Women of the World. You can find it on my social media handles. But today I wanted to share it because Jen asked me. She said, "So you're going to do something?" I said, "Okay." And just in honor of what Jen is about to present for us, because definitely she's speaking about her life. So I started singing a song. I had somebody called Malaika here. Where's Malaika? So we'll sing Malaika. So Malaika is a Swahili song before I start the poem. Malaika, nakupenda Malaika, Malaika, nakupenda Malaika, nami nifanyeje kijana mwenzio, nashindwa na mali sina, we ningekuwa wa malaika. A woman has a right to say, nobody's going to judge me, to take a stand and demand that nothing is going to budge me, to find the passion in her soul and make the best out of it. A woman has a right to live a life as she sees fit. As the flower of Africa blooms, so does a new day for the women of Africa unfold. From the time of her delivery, the African woman was known to be a liability and not a profit, a loss and not a gain. She was to be seen but not to be heard, to be abused, accused, humiliated and despised. Yet women of Africa and women of the world have evolved and transcended despite their hardships. They have survived inequalities, disintegration, physical, verbal, and emotional abuse. Women of Africa have survived carrying firewood on their heads, bags of food on their backs, a child on their breast, all at the same time while walking to the market, talking to themselves, for their voices were not to be heard. But still, we rise. We rise because of women who paved way for equality and justice. Women like Wangari Maathai, the first African woman to win a Nobel Peace Prize. President Ellen Johnson, the first woman to be elected president in an African country. Mother Teresa, Harriet Tubman, Eleanor Roosevelt, my mother Salama Mwalago, your mothers, your grandmothers, and of course you and I. We rise because we wear many hats. We are mothers, teachers, politicians, managers, even soldiers. We rise because our struggles have made us stronger. Thus our backbones have not weakened but hardened to be strong as those of camels, and still we rise. And so as we celebrate Jen today, as we celebrate one another today, I urge all the women to rally together as we face challenges of domestic violence, breast cancer, and other underlying problems. It's still fighting for proper equality and respect. Let us empower one another with knowledge, for knowledge is power, and lack of it is death. Let us empower one another through education so we can teach both the boys and the girls the value of the girl child and her need to be respected. Let us empower, partner, and work together, for to educate a woman is to educate the whole nation, because it takes a home to build a nation. And even though our struggles still continue, let us not forget that we, the women, have already won the battle.
Yeah.
For a long time, and I actually knew Anike's mom and dad before I met Anike, because they were the ones who would come to my shows. So I have a one-woman show called Never Thought I Was Black Till I Came to America. and so she would come, and then they would tell her, and then we actually ended up meeting because Anike and my son and Asila, they went to the same school. So also, since I'm a businesswoman, I have to end by saying, find me on social media as Mama Africa Anna. You see me there.
Okay.
Yeah.
On my IG and where else? Facebook and LinkedIn. But LinkedIn, I use my professional name, Anna Mwalaho. Thank you.
Yes. I know you have to run. So